Raised in the woods, so's he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Hey y'all, come on in and join us!
We revisit the inaugural offering today from Adopted Acres.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about his second beard oil he got from Fable Beard Company.
It's going to be Fable Beard Oil Month here on our mentions, and this one is spectacular. In fact, funny, I was talking to Doug Lane about the need for a little bit of oil on my face as the final step in my shaving process, and I have found that these do a fabulous job. This is from the sales page. Under the silvery glow of the full moon, Dr. Wolf roams the shadowed forest, a loyal protector and enigmatic guide through the unknown. His presence commands respect and awe, embodying the perfect harmony of strength and wisdom. With the sweet vibrance of fresh blueberries, the earthy richness of warm tobacco, and the deep sophistication of aged mahogany, this fragrance captures the timeless mystique of the nocturnal wilderness. And y'all, how fun is it to explore an entirely new line of the kind of scents we love that aren't found anywhere else in the wet shaving world? The blueberries are candied. The tobacco is rich but disguised by the blueberry, and it all sits on a bed of mahogany in a way I've never smelled it before. It's not burgundy from Sterling Soap. It's almost like a candied, sort of woody, deep, rich mahogany. I'm loving this thing, and I'm coming to bed smelling pretty potent lately. How do you take this one?
It's funny, if my nose catches the blueberry first, the other parts underneath seem darker and deeper. If I catch more of the mahogany, then it kind of makes the tobacco a little more smoky. Like, it's kind of a journey. I know it lists 3 scent notes, but there is magic between all of those, y'all.
And I'm not sure if it still works, but on my first order, I used code word FIRST for buy one, get one free. Let us know if you pick up one of these and what scent you got. And what is our soap today?
We have Mint Cherry Barbershop from Adopted Acres, way back to their first one that they released. So let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the Etsy sales page for Adopted Acres. Introducing Mint Cherry Barbershop Shaving Soap, a classic shaving experience reimagined. Step
back in time and indulge in the timeless essence of traditional barbershops with a modern twist. Mint Cherry Barbershop Shaving Soap is a luxurious, artisan-crafted blend that transports you to an era of great shaves where attention to detail and quality were paramount.
The fragrance journey. Mint Cherry Barbershop combines nostalgic sophistication with fresh, vibrant notes for a truly memorable shaving experience. A lively opening of cherry, cherry liqueur, lemon, bergamot, lavender, and a hint of bitter almond, creating an invigorating yet smooth introduction that captures the classic barbershop vibe.
The heart of the scent unfolds with a rich green accord, decadent cherry syrup, and delicate florals like Turkish rose and jasmine sambac, perfectly balanced by the cool, refreshing zing of spearmint and peppermint.
The dry down reveals a warm and grounding base of sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, musk, and Peru balsam, enriched by the cozy sweetness of roasted tonka bean and the earthy depth of vetiver.
Whether you're a seasoned wet shaver or a newcomer looking for a perfect shave, Mint Cherry Barbershop Shaving Soap offers an unparalleled grooming experience. Revisit the golden era of barbershops and let each shave become a ritual of refinement and relaxation.
Treat yourself or the gentleman in your life to the ultimate shaving indulgence. Order your jar of Mint Cherry Barbershop Shaving Soap today and rediscover the joy of classic shaving with a modern edge. Great shaves never go out of style. And y'all, full disclosure, in late 2024, when Doug Lane was thinking about opening his very own artisan shaving soap Etsy site, we got a tin of Mint Cherry Barbershop prototype in the mail along with an EDP sample. Now, I remember when he changed the formula just a little, turned a couple things up, turned a couple things down, so this won't exactly be the scent that we know. But we were two of the first that said, buddy, you need to not only release this, but maybe start your own store. Come along, y'all, let's unbox it. We already took lime on the line out of this box, but this is what it looks like.
Look at that little cow on there.
For a brief moment, he took the cow off the label of Mint Cherry Barbershop, and I called him at 3 a.m. I said, have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Everybody loves that cow.
I feel like we need to name him.
I know, look, he's got the cow print in every package. Well, Sammy's the civet. What do we name the cow? Clarabelle? No, that's copyrighted. Here's the splash, all sealed in a freezer bag to make sure it gets to you in perfect shape. Well, we have speculated that 2026 is going to be the summer of the cherry because so many beautiful cherry scents have come out. We've covered a bunch of them, but if you trace it back, we're pretty sure that it all started here with Mint Cherry Barbershop. Come along with us for a first impression. So frag heads, gore guts, those who have watched our frag episode, this starts with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. But here's the cool thing. Everything that Doug Lane did to surround it, to envelop it, to morph it, has turned it into something absolutely unrecognizable in the cherry and absolutely refreshing when it comes to the minty side. So here, you take this in. Let's see how we find it today.
All right. Here's the space for those who like to do a tableau. Oh, okay. It is slightly familiar, but is way more nuanced in here now. Like, I'm almost getting like a deep woodsy thing that I don't remember. Like, the actual walls of the barbershop are here. The mint and the spearmint are different than the lime on the line kind of side, but it does have that brisk, almost approaching like the talky side of white something clean action. The cherry's here, but I don't know if I would have known that it was Lost Cherry. It just adds a little more depth and maturity and maybe a little more cologne-y kind of layers going on. But this, you cannot get a big enough whiff of, I think.
I knew Lost Cherry pretty well when I first smelled this, and I was ready to call him a liar. I don't get this as Lost Cherry. It's its own kind of thing, at least when I smelled it last.
I kind of feel like the two mints are on either side for me, so I'm not sure who's leading, but they're kind of like parallel pillars here, and in the middle is the cherry, but that's a little higher, and then below is kind of like a little deeper, woodsy kind of clean finish at the end. Like, it's an all-day, morning, evening, anytime, mid-afternoon, you want to pick me up. Like, there are layers to the scent that makes it have deeper sides if you want it to be an evening shave. It'll start your day off wonderful and bright with the minty kind of wake you up feeling, and then the cherry just kind of adds a little pat on your shoulder, like you just got a little friend with you today.
That's what I love about barbershop scents. No matter where you go, no matter who smells it, they're just gonna take you in like you came out of the barbershop with a fresh shave and a nice haircut kind of thing.
I almost get the cherry as like a deep spice. I know when we read that, there was a lot going on in there, and even like the almond kind of zesty portion.
Right.
I think that's what's actually helping me dive into the woodsy side. If I follow the cherry to the almond kind of portion, then it gets me more to the woods around here.
Nice.
But I don't really get the cherry syrup. Like, it doesn't go too childlike. It's almost more the mature spice side of the cherry in here.
So it's not like maraschino juice.
I'm not getting that.
Gotcha.
Although that would be pretty fun. I do get more of the deeper depth of the cherry in this. Yeah, it's super crowd pleasing. Like, I feel like this is an all ages kind of barbershop. You don't walk in and feel like you don't belong. Everyone is welcome here.
He does mention classic elements and modern twists.
They're working.
So there you go. I think that's why Fresh Cut Fade sells out. The name and the graphic alone, a modern barbershop, are awesome.
When you read that it's cherry and mints and woods, you're like, I feel like those should go well together, but you almost don't know how. But
Exactly.
it's not like how orange juice and toothpaste are not friends. It's the opposite of that. Somehow, these all lead into the next in a wonderful, graceful way.
And that was the mystique of this scent from the beginning. How is mint gonna go with cherry? You generally don't see those together.
Well, let me tell you, it is working here. And I really have tried not to smell that original tub for a very long time. So I was jumping in pretty blind. I mean, I knew I remembered liking it, but I wasn't sure exactly what parts and aspects that were. But my nose is much more matured now, so I think I can really get more of the nuances that I did not realize what were happening the first time. Most of the time, when we smell a barbershop, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, would I use this, would I not? This, I would definitely use.
Nice.
So it's much more all-encompassing, for sure, unisex than I think maybe when you read barbershop you would assume.
Right.
But to me, it just adds a fresh, clean, like, out of the shower vibe with the minty side, and the woods of the barbershop place itself are pretty tame, and the cherry, not that it makes it feminine, but it makes me feel much more welcome here. I feel like this is a great newbie scent as well. Like, if you're trying to open your eyes to what the shaving artisan world has to offer, this is a great place to dive in because it still has a clean barbershop lane, but it has a fun twist to it that I think kind of just opens your eyes and your nose to what's out there.
And I love that Doug's doing here kind of what Happy Land Studios does with their EDPs, he starts with a dupe of a fine fragrance and then makes it his own, adds original scent notes, adds other original blends.
It's super refreshing. Like almost to me, a little kid when you first tried a cherry Coke or a cherry 7-Up. It's like something you know, but then it has a little spin on it that you're like, okay, that was way more fun. That's what's happening here.
Nice.
All right, you ready to hang out with this cow at the barbershop?
I am, and I kind of need to know what's on the wallpaper.
I think those are cherries stacked in little bins. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his bib on. He's ready for his shave.
Well, here we go. I'm ready for my first impression. All right, taking it in. Oh. Yo. This is different.
Yup.
This is different. Hold on. Okay, well, first of all, let's start talking about the mints. In the original concoction, the mints were way bluer. They almost read like Scope mouthwash kind of blue. And for me, there was a wishy-washiness to it that pulled against the cherry a little bit and made it a little watery. That is what got fixed in this. Y'all, holy crap, because now I'm getting mints and then woods in the middle and then the cherries over here, and they're all playing nice together. Oh, this is way different. All right, hold on a second. Okay, the mints before, because they had that sort of scopiness to them, were kind of softening the cherry, making it more candied, making it more like a scratch and sniff sticker you used to have in your sticker books. Not anymore. Now I'm actually getting this a little bit more as that benzyl aldehyde Tom Ford lost cherryness in the middle, but it doesn't go as boozy because everything else in the barbershop are pulling against that and making it bright, turning lost cherry into kind of a daytime fragrance. Fantastic. Hold on. This is just a testament, Mr. Lane, to how well you've learned to balance in the last year and a half, because this is way different than the first thing I smelled. And this is going click, 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 click all the way down. Okay, hold on. Let me dive into the woods because that's the part that's new.
It is, but I think you know, like the mint takes you there. Follow it. See what you find.
It's just gently cedar-ish, bordering on oak-ish, just to give you a sense of a barbershop place.
Yep.
And then even the mint's giving me a sense of the blue stuff that the combs are sitting in on the counter. It's not interfering with the cherry at all. Whoa. And then here's what makes it barbershoppy. Here's the brilliance of this. When you step back, each one of those 3 legs of this tripod is adding a little something to the mix that's hinting at soap and hinting at powder, but it's only a third of it. When you put each one of those 3 together, it gives you that barber powder. Barbershop scents. They all needed each other, and that's why it's a barbershop. I don't think the original version was as barbershoppy at all because it was lacking that powder clean sense over the top. And see, for me, the mints are not doing the job of mint here. The mints are doing the job of transforming the cherry into something more barbershop-ish. This is almost reminding me of very specific sort of aftershaves and salves and things from the late 70s that didn't go in the broody sort of Fabergé, Fougère lane of things. Interesting. And then from a storytelling perspective, what a fun barbershop to hang out in. You're not bogged down in patchoulis. You got cherries on the tree outside, maybe some blossoms in the breeze. And that mint is one of those scents that brings us all together. Who doesn't love a little wisp of double mint in the air? Optimistic, bright, funny, friendly, and there might even be a cow in there. Well, y'all come along. We're going to show you how this base sets up into a lather, and look at these scent notes. All right, y'all, let's take these on again from the sales page for Adopted Acres at Etsy.com. We start with top notes of
a lively opening of cherry liqueur, lemon, bergamot, lavender, and a hint of bitter almond.
And those are the survivors from Lost Cherry once the mint has washed over them. There are lots of other top notes in Lost Cherry, but they're kind of being subdued here.
I gotta say, putting the cherries and the cherry liqueur next to the lemon, bergamot, and lavender, that's more the barbershoppy side to me, but it just makes the cherry side a little brighter, cleaner coming in instead of being like super sugary. Those kind of balance it out.
And I love how the mint isn't invading it, it's just subtracting from it. It's like you're holding a drink in your hand with a mint sprig on one side.
But I have to say, the little hint of bitter almond, that helped my nose find the layers of the woods that I was not expecting.
And having smelled a bunch of Italian barbershops, it really helps to put this in the barbershop lane. Middle notes. We have a rich green accord, decadent cherry syrup. Oh, I'm glad he said it like that. Delicate florals like Turkish rose, jasmine sambac, and perfectly balanced, cool, refreshing spearmint and peppermint. I love how even the florals against the spearmint and peppermint can be perceived in this. But it's the rose from Barbasol. It's not like a flowery kind of rose.
It isn't. And then the jasmine sambac next to the green accord, those are just kind of playing into how to get that clean kind of talky thing next to the zing of the spearmint and peppermint.
And the ombre-ness to this is the glory. The original, they were super kind of separate, except where they would violently combine. This is totally nuanced now. Base notes. The dry down reveals a warm and grounding base of sandalwood, cedarwood, well, I got that one, amber, musk, Peru balsam. I would say the Peru balsam wins. I'm not getting much ambery. That's not really how it's doing the sunlight effect for me.
They're lighter woods, so they're cleaner.
Right.
But there's still depth between how those are all riding together. Maybe it's the amber and the musk. Something in there is adding back into the almost almond little dash at the top.
The amber must be slight, because the ambers that I know would kind of pull against what's happening in the middle of this and try to take over the sweet, but it's not. So don't let the amber scare you.
I think it actually adds a little more of the spiciness to the cherry.
Right.
Oh, but as you keep reading, there is also the cozy sweetness of roasted tonka bean and the earthy depth of vetiver. So there's two other things here.
Y'all, as we begin to dive into our raw materials from Perfumer's Apprentice, I am guessing that it's the tonka bean against the benzoaldehyde that is kind of the glory of Lost Cherry. That slight hay note inside the coumarin, a little bit of a vanilla sense. That's your tug of war in there. And I love that they're in separate tiers here. Do you get earthy depth of vetiver out of this? I don't know. This might be the one scent note I really can't find in this.
Okay, there is something at the bottom that I feel like now reading, it's barely a suggestion, but it just helps me know that we are near or maybe on a farm at this barbershop. Like, it just adds a little more realness going on.
That's why I married her. Of course, every adopted acres has a little something to remind you that this came from a farm in Asheville, Ohio, E-I-E-I-O. And let's build a ladder. Well, of course, this is my barbershop brush, one of the 3 brushes that I'm going to get this year to celebrate my 50th year on this planet. And all I told them at Grizzly Bay was, I just want barbershop colors, do whatever you want. Is that not extraordinary? And this is my brass shaving bowl from Captain's Choice. It's either called the Commander or the Admiral, I forget. But y'all head over to the website at Captain's Choice and take a look at these bowls. They are absolutely extraordinary, and they're not charging enough for them. All right, I'm just going to make a thin layer of the soap on the bottom of the bowl like that, as spread out as it can get. Then I'm going to hit it with some bougie water from Sean and Julie. Thanks, y'all. We have to send this back to Sean and Julie every month for a refill. Now, here comes the controversial part of our show. Craig at Opus Brush insisted from the beginning of our journey that we not soak our Badger brushes. He says it only takes a few seconds for the water to soak into those bristles anyway, and it's better to have some soap in the water when it does. And we do what Craig says, because he made this. All right, y'all, I'm just going to start going forwards and backwards, grabbing that soap up onto the bristles. And the cool thing about the Adopted Acres lathers is they do have a little bit of a gummy quality to them, as you'll see, until they have the water that they desire. So it's just a little way to know if you've got enough water in your soap yet. So little peaks and valleys instantly from that little miracle of physics. Now I'm going to dive down and get the rest of the water and start building the lather. Now see the little threads of gumminess? Those are going to start to disappear. And see, it needs a little more water. And for me, that gumminess keeps the lathers from getting too slick. Have you ever experienced a lather that has so much tallow and is so slick that your razor seems to glide right over the top of some of your shorter stubble? I have experienced that, and I have found that certain ingredients like the gums and things like that give it a little bit more grit so that my blade can actually find its way to the base of those little hairs.
Interesting.
But this is all a working theory. If I'm totally wrong, put it in the comments. And then see how there's still a little bit of soap left on the bottom of the bowl? I like to keep adding water until all the soap is up between the bristles. Thirsty as a shipwreck survivor, but just as grateful when you give her a drink. This soap is. I even asked him on the phone the other day, hey, Mint Cherry Barbershop, is that going to be real different? And he was like, I don't think so. Y'all.
A lot has happened since you've opened. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you don't realize how good you get. I think that's what we're looking at with Doug Lane, because
they've been busy.
Woo, this is phenomenal. All right, and see, the gumminess then falls away into slickness and peaks and valleys of your yogurt. And this is about ready. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Till the Cows Come Home with. On 3, 1, 2. There's something sandy, something warm that comes out of the middle of this. Something resinous is coming out of the middle of this. I don't know if it's the Apopanox or something like that, but the lather is where it's at. Hold on. Yeah, this maybe is just a little too concentrated. That lets everything just come together like a big hug.
I really thought adding water was going to make the minty side turn up a lot more than it actually did. Like, it really kept the blend super well in the lather.
And, we were watching our Geo Fat Boy the other day here on YouTube, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We thought you might like to see what this lather looks like when it coats and covers a moneymaker. And that's with a Badger brush, y'all. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You want a little bit of that?
I do.
There's something warm and fabric-y in the middle of this, like a tweed coat without it being green and Irish.
Is it the musky side? Something in here. It's secret magic.
Beautiful. Well, y'all, come along with us. We're going to try this splash. I've been waiting for it for over a year. Do you like the sprayer or the little cap?
So if I'm trying to put it on my legs and stuff, the sprayer is more convenient. But I get the whole point of being able to control it with the cap for just a quick face thing.
All right, y'all. Here comes the splash. A little something there. A little something there. I believe this is an aloe vera base splash.
Making a mess.
Oh, more of the mint here.
Yeah.
A little bit more of that beautiful blue mint in the middle of this now in the splash.
The cherry is like a secret in the background here.
And what's the wood? He turned up the wood. You turned up the wood.
But I get more of like the barbershop-ness.
Yes, 100%. Wild. And it's not sweet, those parts that are doing that. They're woody, they're resinous, they're manly. Yeah, there's cedar, but I swear there's some kind of darker oak or something like that happening in the middle of the splash.
Approaching like almost a cinnamon, but it's not. Like a redwoody kind of thing.
Yeah, that. And when you follow it, it's not sweet. It's sandy. It's rocky. Yeah.
Almost like savory.
It is a little leatherish.
Got slightly more masculine or maybe more evening. Something about it got a little deeper.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Doug Lane at his farm in Asheville, Ohio, and his cow is going to wander over to the door, much like on Pee-wee's Playhouse, and say, you should start a shave soap company, and he's going to get his own. So head over to etsy.com/shop/adopted acre soap co to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Mint Cherry Barbershop. And the cool thing about this, as I've gotten to know it, is that Lost Cherry, the original, does have some tobacco, some resins, some darker things hiding under the surface. But the more I explore this, I don't find them amongst the cherry. I find them binding to the mint instead, giving me a whole different look at the cherry from Lost Cherry and a whole new appreciation for all of that stuff under the surface when it does bind with that cool, refreshing blast of air. And y'all, this is the base that helped inspire a whole new generation of new artisans that we are seeing come to the surface. And Doug Lane is continually making tiny little improvements, tiny little adjustments to this formula. And over the last year, it has just gone from extraordinary to mind-blowing. Thank you, Doug Lane, for this. This was a gift, and we will be back for more soon. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a $25 gift card to Noble Honor.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email. Here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
I loved it originally.
Yep.
But this is far better.
Yep.
And it's funny because I can only sense a couple of turns of the screwdriver, but sometimes that is all it takes.
I gotta say, this is one that I might really enjoy in the EDP. Like, I feel like I wouldn't want the scent to be gone after my shave.
What's that you say? Oh, yeah. He's got a line of EDPs now, including Redwood Rhapsody, our wedding scent. And you know what's funny? We called her godfather last night. He's about the 12th person to mention, hey, you guys, it's funny, but I've really been enjoying that EDP from your wedding. Can I get some more? Yo! Yeah. Her Uncle Dennis uses it on his sheets. Half my family uses it in the bathroom.
But if you like cherry stuff, we got a little bit of that in Redwood Rhapsody, as we do here.
Kicking off the summer of cherry a year early. That's the kind of forward thinking that's happening on that farm in Asheville, Ohio. Well, Doug and Kara and your whole family, thank you for sending us out this set for free to review and believing in our little barbershop. We certainly believe in yours.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.